You have to go lower. Sorry guys, this was downstairs the last time I did a video, so it was way too high. Oh yeah, isn't this great? So professional. All right. You got it done early, honey? I'm sorry. I hope you know, I didn't mean you couldn't do it. I feel terrible. I wanted you to be able to do it. I just felt bad that I wasn't going to be there. Okay, I totally usually do my hair and makeup before I go on. I just noticed that it was 8 o'clock and I went, oh shit, I'm supposed to be on. Okay, so here we are. I felt so bad. I didn't want to miss you. All right. Okay. I gotta find myself on here so I can see your guys' comments. I'm so out of it. So I apologize ahead of time. I hate hearing myself. Ew. Okay. Pat is on his way home. That's good. I know I felt bad for changing the time. It's just so dark here. It already feels like it's like midnight. And for poor Steven over there, it's, what is it, 1 a.m. now? Hold on. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's 1 a.m. for poor Steven. So he made it. Okay, so literally I was watching Papa Squirrel's video up until I checked my watch and it said 8:01 and I was like, I gotta get on there. He just had a new video about what tarot decks he has acquired in 2019. So I was taking a look and of course he enabled me. And I might actually buy, not Star Child, what's the other one? Moonchild or Moon, whatever the hell it is. I might actually buy that one, which I have kind of avoided, to be honest with you, because I kind of thought it was a little too ethereal and I have quite a few ethereal kind of decks. But I think I might actually get that one. Okay, let me take a look at the chat and say hi. Because I haven't been on for almost a week. And I didn't really realize that until today. I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't been on since last Wednesday. So I feel really bad about that. I will tell you, first of all, that part of it was because, you know, I was sick a couple weeks ago. Well, I gave it to my husband and my husband was sick. So he's been home. And when he's home, it's kind of, I don't know, it's hard for me to go on sometimes because I feel like I'm taken away from our time. Even though sometimes I'm like, okay, I gotta go. And then he had 3 days off after he was sick. Like it was his normal 3 days off. And today is his last day off. But he is feeling a lot better. And now I'm ready for a break. So I was kind of glad to have it tonight. Okay, so hello, Owl's Perch and Steven and Shauna and Little Trash Kids. Hi, that's cute. And John, Lori, hi. How are you, Lori? I haven't seen you in a while. And Hexen's here. Hi, honey. Hi, Rachel. How are you? I haven't seen you in a really long while. You've been busy with tons of stress. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. That's not a good reason for not being here. I mean, that sounded wrong. I mean, you should keep up with the stuff that makes you feel better, in other words. That's not a good reason. Oh, I'm such a bitch. Okay, Book, Linus, hi. Denise, hello. Hexen, hi. Oh, I said Hexen. Hi, Mimi. And Rowena and Anastasia, I'm listening but putzing around the house. That's okay. Pat's on his way home. I'm so glad. Hi, Lene. And then it jumped. Damn it. Pitch black here at 5 o'clock. I know. That's where I'm at too. I can't do it. I think I am free now to come around more now that the hearing is over. Good, honey. I hope so. I mean, we'd love to see you, but I hope that some of that stress is coming off you a little, for sure. First time on a live? Well, welcome, Julia. We're glad to have you here. You did not miss it, Ricky. I did not do an auction yet. I brought home some stuff from my mother's. Hold on, because I'm going to talk about that too. Let me just finish saying hello real quick. Stephanie, hello. Peggy, hi. You're getting your first deck this coming weekend. Yay. I hope it's a good one. Sophia, hello. Family time is more important. I know. But I feel weird when I don't talk to you guys. It's like, what the hell is going on? My life is not in balance. Hi, Amethyst. You have a few in mind, but whichever one jumps at me, good. Good for you. Whichever one says, hey, I'm coming home with you. Good. Hi, Becky. Melissa, started a vitamin prescription. Good, Rachel. All right, and Ricky, hello. So, no, you did not miss an auction. I have some stuff from my mother. It's funny. I knew that she was going to do this. So she kind of has started to try to put her controlling claws into stuff. But I got like a couple bags worth of stuff, and I started sorting through my stuff, and I'm going to try to do it as one kind, not one, but I'm going to try to do them so we have at least like an hour's worth of stuff to go through. So what is the auction, Peggy? Well, my mother's boyfriend dumped her. And she has way more stuff even than I do. So I told her that I would take all the stuff that I consider like can be used for witchy, and some stuff that is maybe kind of witchy or could be, but doesn't necessarily have to be. And I will have an auction and we'll split the money so that she can get rid of her stuff. My hearing hasn't been decided. I'm still broke. I hear you, honey. I know. Hi, Katie. Hi, Sue. Because she has like literally she has a whole barn full, and then she took over his whole basement, which is like 4 rooms of a basement with stuff just packed in bins, stuff upon stuff upon stuff. She's got way more than I do, and I'm saving to open a shop, so that should tell you something. So I got some of the first kind of load of stuff, and I'm going to go through it, right? I know, it really will. Have you checked if any of it is worth a good chunk? I have not really, but she's pretty good about that. Like I said, she is like, all right. She's like, well, some stuff I'm going to sell on eBay because I think it's, more whatever. Audie Hole Commons, still driving home. It's okay, Pat. Take your time. Be safe. So it will be soon. But I'm going to try to like really get stuff together. I figured I'm going to put a couple kits together, and then I'm going to put like things together. Like I'm going to have a whole bunch of chalices together, a whole bunch of cauldrons together, a whole bunch of candle holders together, that kind of stuff. And then, so I'll sell individual little stuff like that, and we'll go through it, and it'll be, I'm sure we'll have several different auctions. So don't think you're missing out if you can't, afford the first one. My guess is it probably won't be this weekend either, because again, part of the problem last weekend was I didn't realize that I had to work Saturday until Friday. And then I realized I have to work this Saturday too. And Friday we are doing a crystal auction again with Mystic Dragon's Lair, Cassandra at Mystic Dragon's Lair. I wish you were there to help me sort through things too. So my guess is, Ricky, probably next weekend, because next weekend I actually don't have to work finally. So this weekend will be another crystal auction with Mystic Dragon's Lair. If you guys didn't see the last one, haven't seen her, she has some really great stuff. And Sean is on Pat's account. She has some really great stuff, and she has the best prices I've seen. Shauna is the sexiest thing ever. It's hilarious. So, like really great prices. So if you're a crystal lover, check us out. We're going to start a little bit early on Friday because I have to work Saturday. So I think we're going to start at like 6 o'clock. But we went 5 hours last time. So gosh, I hope we don't do that again. Although it didn't seem like 5 hours when we were on, but she has a big shipment coming in on Thursday. So we'll have lots of new stuff to look at anyways. Okay, what else? There's a couple other announcement kind of things I wanted to get out of the way. I realized I've already been on 10 minutes. That's okay, Ricky. No problem, honey. Oh, Secret Santa. So we are doing a Secret Santa for the group. If you're on Facebook, if you click on the events, I made an event for it and this is the rules, guys. I just want to put it out there because I know all of us have money issues. Probably a lot of us have money issues because we're witches and we can't stop buying bottles and jars and decks and herbs and boxes and that kind of stuff. But you can always live in your basement, right? Wouldn't that be nice? But what I want to do with the Secret Santa is to have only handmade or homemade gifts. And that doesn't mean you can't spend anything. Like if you are going to make an oil for someone, if you're going to make like a Yule oil, and you need to run out and grab a little oil, if you can afford that, that's fine. Go right ahead. I'm just saying I don't want anybody to go out and spend, $30 to get somebody a statue or something like that. I just want us to try to make some stuff. We've got all kinds of neat ideas on Pinterest. I'm going to post my Pinterest pages again. I have my Yule Crafts page that I invited everyone to take part in. If you have like a good idea of something you can make. Peggy, we're going to have all kinds of new ideas. I'm going to post that Pinterest page to give everyone ideas. And I will tell you right now, whoever gets me, I'm sorry. Just because, I love to try to do crafty stuff. And I can make an oil that will kick your ass. I love it. And I can, make soaps and candles and stuff. But like the crafty stuff that I see on Pinterest that I'm like, oh, that looks so easy. It always turns out like it was my kindergarten project. Always. Like I was looking at these really cute pine cone. They made them into Yule trees and they like put little buttons and stuff around the edges. And they looked really cute. And I thought, yeah, as soon as I try to do that, it's going to look like what I gave my mother for her present when I was in kindergarten. I like to drink hot dog water. I love you, Shauna. So, all kinds of ideas. We do have people in other countries. So what I'm going to ask is, if you're in another country and you want to participate, put your name down and make sure you put your country where we're going to have to send it to. If you're in the United States and you think, oh goodness, there's no way I can send to another country, just put US only and we'll see. I'll see if I can get enough people to match up. Okay. What matters is it was made by you. That's sweet. And I plan on doing like a couple little cutesy things because, like I said, I can make oils. I can, make soaps. I can do a lot of stuff like that as long as it doesn't have to look pretty. So, and I want to, there's a date down. When you go to the event and say that you're going to the event, there's a link for, the hell's it called? Shit. It's called like Elfster or something. And that's the website that will pick the names for us so that it's truly secret. Like I won't know all of your things. Oh, I probably will just because the country things. But I think I can do it where I don't have to know all that. But as long as I set it up right. It's called Elfster, I think. Hold on. Come on. Where is that? It's going slow. I sent a journal to Becca and it was like $25 to ship. Yeah, I know it. And that's what I mean. Hopefully we can get some people, like if we have an even number of people from England to join in, then we can pair them up and, you know, give them to each other so that they only have to ship to their country. You know what I mean? We do have like a couple people from Denmark and stuff. And in that case, we'll just have a couple people that don't mind shipping out of the country, out of town. Elfster, thank you. Okay. Yes, elfster.com. And so I have the link is in the event. Okay. I want you guys to make sure you sign up. If you're interested, sign up by, I have a date and I'm not sure what the date is. Hang on. Sign up by, I'm already participating. Stop it. Come back. Okay. You need to sign up by November 26th. Okay. That gives us enough time to kind of figure out if you're going to be able to do it or not. I want you to please, if you're going to sign up, make sure that you can get your gift there as close to Yule as you can, which is December 22nd this year. Okay, so that gives you an idea if you're shipping how long you have to ship it. And you know, holiday shipping sometimes takes a little longer. What I mean is just don't say that you're going to participate and then not send anything, because then somebody will be left without something. If something happens, and I know that sometimes shit happens, believe me, and for some reason you cannot send a gift, let me know. Okay, let me know as soon as you know, because I'll try to, I have a good group of people that I'll try to say, hey, I'll try to send one, and can you send one? And we'll make sure everybody gets one, okay? So check that out. That's the second thing there. And I just wanted to mention, I am going to be starting up more of my series kind of stuff. I want to start up my God and Goddess series again. I want to talk about, I think I'll probably focus on the dark gods and goddesses, at least for right now, to start out with. I haven't been sleeping very well in the last couple nights, and I woke up with a very clear voice of Skadi. Which I have not ever worked with before. And I thought, oh, okay. I have not worked with her. You still can't see the addresses. What addresses, honey? What addresses can't you see? So the first one that I probably will do, because I'm looking, put me on the shit happens list. Sounds good, Deb. What is in the files on Facebook? Okay, I can tag you in the files, honey. Hang on one second. We'll get that done. You're home now? So does that mean you're you now? Are you sure you're you? So probably the first one I do is going to be on Skadi, just because I'm going to be looking up. I don't know a whole lot about her, and I have not worked with her before. So it is definitely a video that I'll be doing soon. And then we'll kind of go through some of the dark goddesses that I have worked with before. And then I'll do, some more investigation into the dark goddesses that I haven't worked with and dark gods. And there it is, girl family addresses. And Lene is, it's really him this time. Do you like to drink hot dog water? Yes, Scotty is Norse. Yep, absolutely. Okay. Lene, you wrote your address there. You can't see. It was a long time ago now. It was 13 weeks ago. But your address is down there. Lene, there we go. Okay, I just tagged you in it so you can find it again, okay? Okay, now let me go to, and Lene, if you still can't, then message me on Facebook after the video and I'll see what we can do, okay? If we aren't very crafty, can we still participate? Absolutely, creative thinking. Like I said, I'm not very crafty either. I try, but I'm not really crafty because I'm crafty with some stuff. You just have to find the crafty that you are. You know, like I can make a killer oil. I can make an oil that will knock your socks off. I cannot make anything look pretty though. So, since you've purchased cards on Kickstarter, do they usually take long to ship? It depends on where they're coming from. I've seen them take not too long at all, and I've seen them take a really long time. I've been waiting over a year, and she's still not done painting one deck that I'm waiting for. And then some decks, like say they're going to ship them in a month, and in a month they show up. So I'm crafty, but I'm not. I hear you. The Norse and Celtic intrigue me the most. Me too, Peggy. I'm right with you there. Okay. It's really hidden this time. You're funny. Mama, can we buy something homemade witchy? You can if you want, Susie. As long as I want you to try to thrift it at least. If you have to buy something, thrift it. The point of trying to make something was so that we don't have to feel like we have to spend a whole lot of money on that. Because it should be something that you really feel like is from you. Even if you make make up a spell, write out a spell and include, the candle and a stone that helps to go through that spell, or, we'll put in lots and lots of ideas, I promised. All right. I'm asking because I backed Witches of Legend. I hear you. The one that just ended, Eric? Yeah, that one's going to take a while. I think they're supposed to start maybe sending it in December. And I would be surprised if you got them before, or actually in December, because accidents and stuff usually happen. Is as good intentioned as they are, it takes at least 2 weeks for the Kickstarter funds to go through so that they have access to the Kickstarter funds. And then when they have the Kickstarter funds, usually then they have to put in their order for the cards. I can't even speak. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, April. They're talking about their estimated delivery is April. Okay? So don't expect them before then. Okay. All right, where am I? All right. East Coast is going to freeze. I know it is cold. Those maples you did were nice, Jen. You're crafty. Well, one of them was nice, and I didn't show the other one, I don't think. Make something super disposable that someone can use in a spell. Exactly. Yep. I want to post a whole bunch of ideas. Local ingredients that are rare absolutely can be an amazing gift, right? There's stuff around you that not everyone has access to. That is an amazing gift. Like we talk about those, the sweet gumballs that I use for witch burrs. I can use them for any kind of spell and stuff. Well, they're not in the north. So if you have access to them, that might be a good something to send to somebody if you get somebody in the north. Okay, is that it? Don't forget the crystal show on Friday. We're going to start it early. I know it's early for some of you. I'm sure we'll be on for hours, though, so it's not like, you know, you have to think you're going to miss it. All right, my loves. Let's get started with the cord. And then next, so this Friday is the crystal show. The Secret Santa event is on Facebook. Hi, Lucy. Secret Santa on Facebook. Please sign up by November 26th. And plan to mail your gift out by December 20, like, you know, so they get it for Yule, December 22nd. Next weekend, we're going to plan on doing the auction for, you know, some of my mother's stuff and some of my stuff. And on with Tarot Tuesday. Yay. Okay. So we are doing the World card. So this is the World card from the RWS Rider-Waite-Smith version. This is the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot, but this is kind of the borderless Dirty Pam version. I love the colorings and stuff. So that's that card. Let me get out. We're going to be looking at the Ultimate Guide to the Tarot first. Okay, here we go. Everybody ready? Good. Perfect. The alternative name is the Universe, and you'll see many of the cards that I pulled tonight are called the Universe instead of the World now. We're kind of thinking bigger, right? The numerology, why can't I speak? The numerology link, is the Empress, because the number of this card is 21, which in Roman numerals is 10, 10, and 1. So you add them together, that's 3, which is the Empress. The astrological sign is Saturn. The element is Earth. The chakra is the stellar gateway chakra, the cosmic portal. I only deal with 7, sometimes 9. So Mercury retrograde, that's true. Thank you, Sarana. I saw that, Pat. I watched your yesterday's reading tonight while I was getting cards together. Key meanings: completion, success, reward, and joy. One of the most positive cards of the major arcana, the World signals success and completion. In the center of an oval laurel wreath, a figure dances, holding a wand in each hand, protected by 4 figures from the Wheel of Fortune, who are symbols of the 4 evangelists of the Gospels. Okay, that tells me why a lot of them have changed. It's funny that a lot of them are, like, to me, that looks like Leo and Taurus, but apparently it's the 4 evangelists of the Gospels. So Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Hi, Tara Apple. Oh, yes, that chakra. Yeah, I know, right? Can't find where I was. Oh, the Dancer is also the Fool. So I was just going to say, many times you'll hear this figure be called the Dancer. They call it the Dancer of the tarot, and this is also the Fool. From his humble beginnings, he has traveled the world in body and spirit and is about to be reborn in his own card, 0. The Dancer is obviously female from the waist up, but it is believed that the swath of fabric conceals the male genitals of the Fool. This hermaphrodite Dancer shows the perfect balancing of opposites, the sun and the moon. The 2 previous cards are male and female aspects, and the conscious The 2 previous cards. Well, not really. Because then is judgment. But okay. 2 previous before judgment, I guess. Sorry, I got stuck on that. And the conscious and unconscious mind. With the world at our feet, we are ascending to a higher realm of understanding. A.E. Waite explains in his pictorial key to the tarot how the world represents also the perfection and end of the cosmos, the secret which is within it, the rapture of the universe when it understands itself in God. It is further the state of the soul and the consciousness of divine vision reflected from the self-knowing spirit. Well, that's a whole lot of spirit God talk to really say that it's the integration of your emotional, physical, and spiritual self. It's when you get it, when you finally understand the balance of all, when the dualities that we looked at, all the cards that are have those black and white contrasts. So like the high priestess with the pillars, the chariot with the black and white sphinxes, all those cards talking about duality, and they are not here anymore. We don't need them anymore. We get it. We don't have to consciously think about those dualities because we have integrated all of that into our life so well by the time we get to this card that we embody that. We embody those dualities. So we don't have to put something there to consciously remind us that those dualities exist. I go on my own tangents and I forget to finish reading the book. Hold on. Partly because A.E. Waite still, his tarot still had a lot to do with the church and God, which is fine. But being witches and pagans and, people who may not necessarily follow that Christian path means that I want to find a meaning that goes with my life too. So there are meanings there. You just have to know where they're at. We are dancing all over the world in harmony within ourselves and with all others. The Wheel of Fortune as card 10 and the World as 21 mark 2 key points in the Major Arcana journey. The wheel is halfway. When the Fool turns to the second cosmic phase of his spiritual quest, while the World is the card of completion and renewal. Before the Wheel and the World are 2 cards of self-reflection, the Hermit and Judgment. The World's number, 10, 10, and 1, comprises 2 and 1, adding up to 3 for Mother Earth, the Empress. This fertility aspect is embedded in the World as the seed of new life and the new tarot cycle. The upright card denotes triumph, completion, and reward for your efforts, and for this reason, the World is one of the most welcome cards in a reading. It denotes deep joy and happiness, and now you can really feel your deserved success. Cherished projects fly as your commitment and dedication pay off. Life feels balanced, too, as work, relationships, finances, and domestic affairs run smoothly. A phase is coming to an end in a positive way, and you will be acknowledged publicly for what you do. Now is the time to enjoy your fame, and you will have the confidence to take center stage. If you have been waiting for a decision or opportunity to manifest, the world will soon turn in your favor. You may also benefit spiritually just now, living more mindfully and from the heart. This is also a time for celebration, and in a reading, the world often reveals anniversaries, birthdays, and parties. So it's a great card for groups and positive group consciousness. So that's good, right? What do we got? As for the evangelists or whatever the 4 signs represent, they're still using zodiac, right? When your crops depend on knowledge and astrology, you can't remove the images. That's right. That's right. So what I talk about in this, when we talk about the World card, Again, I have to recommend Jeff from the Tattooed Spirit. It's kind of been a ritual for me that on Tuesday when I get home from work and I have some time that I'm pulling cards and stuff, I watch Jeff's video on whatever card we're doing. And he always has so much insight, and he has a way to look at the cards and talk about the cards that is a little bit different and allows me to see things a little bit different. So he talks about the first thing he says when he pulls this card is it's the card of fulfillment, right? There we are. It's the end of the cycles. He points out the red sashes at the top and bottom. So here you see we have the 0 of the Fool. That laurel wreath is the 0. It's okay, Willow Creek. You can do it whenever. You have the 0 and the top sashes, the red sashes that are tied at the top and the bottom, means that you yourself are tied with infinity. You are superimposed. You're tied in with all that is. So now it's like you get it. You have reached that enlightened phase, and you are tied in with that Oberos, that 0, that infinity symbol of the laurel wreath. We are one. That's right. Which is an amazing thing to look at when you have those red ties there. It is the integration of spiritual, emotional, and physical lives. It is the conclusion. All that you have learned through this cycle, if you go all the way through from the Fool to the World, all the major arcana, we talk about the Fool's journey and all that the Fool learns from the very beginning, that potential. We talked about that pure potential. Could do anything. Well, this is after he's learned all his lessons. Here we are at the World. So it's the fulfillment of everything that he's learned. Put all that you have learned in this turning of the cycle and head back to the Fool to learn something completely different. This topic has come full circle. You have reached the end of this cycle. So like the wheel of the year, everything is cyclical. And whatever it is that your focus has been on, it's done. This is it. You have learned all you're going to learn about it. You have gotten the, the meatiness, the juiciness of what you needed to learn from it. Even if you feel like you still have more to learn for this cycle, that's it. You got what you were supposed to get. You have reached the end of this cycle. There's nothing more to learn here. Rest on your laurels. The word cyclical always sounds so off to me. So literally, it's time to rest on your laurels. It's okay to take a breath before you start a new cycle with the Fool again, right? You have gained a better understanding for this outcome. Fulfillment in movement. This hermaphrodite dancer combines both. Beyond that duality of the black and white, things become as one. Take all that you've learned and rest. It is complete. This is the fulfillment card. Okay. Any questions so far? We'll move on to the Tome of Tarot, Holistic Tarot by Benebell. Well, I gotta take a drink, guys. Okay. All right. So Benebell says this is the Earth is the element for this card. Saturn is the planetary association. Fulfillment, completion, masterpiece, consummation. A woman bearing 2 wands is floating in the skies. The wreath of victory encircles her. Guarding her are the lion, the water bearer, the eagle, and the bull, representative of the 4 suits of the tarot deck. So that's a little different than what we just heard, right? Wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. So it's funny, the the water bearer is the human. Interesting. These in turn represent the balance of the four elements: fire, water, air, and earth. It has also been said that the four figures represent the four evangelists of the Christian tradition, the synoptic gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. The theme of the world is fulfillment, completion, and triumph in all undertakings. It is considered the best card in the tarot deck. Do you hear that? The best card in the tarot deck. I forget that sometimes because the world sometimes is kind of a hard card to read when you're reading for people. I remember when I was starting out, and you would get the world and you're like, okay, so you're done. It's all done. You're complete. Whatever you were going through. And sometimes people will be like, what do you mean I'm done? I don't know what I'm supposed to be done with. What was I focused on? I don't know, but you might not remember right now, but it is considered the best card in the tarot deck because it represents the seeker's oneness with his or her greater calling. And that's the key there for me has always been that the integration of spiritual, emotional, and physical. That's so important to balance out your life. And that stage of enlightenment, you really reach that when you are able to balance those things well. That doesn't mean you're balancing them all the time, every second of every day. That doesn't happen. We're human. But it means that you have stepped away from, you're able to look at the big picture. You've stepped away enough to look at, be able to see the greater good, the greater outcomes of what you're going through sometimes, right? At least for this specific cycle of what you're going through. The world card represents the final state of cosmic consciousness, the supreme balance between good and evil, a complete reconciliation of the universe's dichotomy and duality, which was a persistent theme throughout the earlier cards of the major arcana. So again, like I said, the black and white, how many cards did we see that duality? We don't need that duality anymore. Now we can see them all as one. Did I see something about boobs? It reminds me of how my boobs look when I lay down each the valley in the middle. I totally get you. That's how you know they're real, honey. It's okay. I tell people all the time, because I do mammograms for a living, you can always tell when the fake ones walk in because they come in first before anything else is seen. Yep, that doesn't happen. Gravity takes over. Okay. Where am I? The world is about the command of growth, energy, emotions, ambitions, and material goals in other words, all four elemental suits. It's the card of synthesis. In a reading, the card indicates that the seeker has the potential for great triumph and attainment of the highest level of cosmic consciousness. It suggests the seeker's importance in the greater cosmic landscape. Rewards and greatness are to come for the seeker. So what a great card, right? Okay, last but not least, we're going to go through Modern Tarot by Michelle T. Whoops, I already had. Here we go. Does it depend on the age and whether or not they have been pregnant? No, actually, Sarana, it doesn't for the most part. Unless if you have just a handful, then when you're young, they stand up like that. But other than that, if you have more than a handful, they don't stand up like that. They just don't, no matter what. Like you really needed to learn all this about the human breast, right? And weight and genetics, right? Um, and so, okay, so Michelle T, Modern Tarot. And so the major arcana comes to a truly glorious end. In the world, a joyful, ethereal, gender fluid, or transgendered individual dances in the sky, one with the cosmos, batons of pure energy in their hands. In each corner of the card, we see the same figures from the Wheel of Fortune card: the Aquarian human, the Scorpio eagle, the Leonine lion, and the Taurian bull. Representing the suits of the tarot, they suggest that the enormous accomplishment this card heralds has come about through the wise and intuitive manipulation of the elements. The intellect and the emotions, passion, and hard work were all employed, and the result is a magnificent celebration. Pendulous is the term. Yes, that is the word, right, Deb? The dancer is surrounded by a giant laurel wreath, the symbol of victory, and the wreath is decorated with the symbols of infinity. All is as it should be, and all is beautiful forever. Hi, Trevor. Hi, Soulshine. Now I get to sing my song. Soulshine. Kind of like the... Okay. When the world comes into your life, you have quite simply one. Your hard work, perseverance. What the hell was that word that just came out of my mouth? Perseverance. And intuition have paid off grandly. And now you find yourself in the giddy situation of having made your dream come true. You may be receiving accolades right now. If so, accept them humbly, but absolutely enjoy them. You're receiving no less than a congratulations from the universe. Your world may be a little less worldly. Perhaps you successfully arranged a reunion for all your far-flung best friends, or made sure that family get together for a holiday, or just celebrated a meaningful birthday. Whatever your achievement, be it a prestigious award or a hard-earned night to yourself, the world is acknowledging that there's something special about what you achieved, and it wants you to recognize it too. Do not sabotage your achievement with storylines about your unworthiness or by dwelling on what you have to do next. How many times do we do that? Somebody pays us a compliment, we're like, oh, well, thanks, but I really have gained a lot of weight lately, or thanks so much, but I just have so much work to go from here. And do not do that. Allow those accolades to come in and just sit with it. It's okay. Why does the eagle represent Scorpio? That is a good question. It's also like she's in the womb, so it's like before the new start of a cycle, right? Reminds us back of the Fool. Yes, just say thank you. That's right. I don't know. That is a very good question. Why in the world would the eagle represent Scorpio? That is such a good question. And I have no idea. I'm going to have to look it up for you guys. Remind me. Hold on. Eagle, Scorpio. Eagle, Scorpio. Because I don't know if I've ever thought too much about that. But that's a very good question. Yes. So just say thank you. Sit in the fact that you are worthy. As for your next move, you are not allowed to think of it until that last bit of confetti has been swept from the floor. So don't start worrying about where you have to go next, all the work that still has to be done for the next thing you're going on to. Take the time to actually enjoy your accolades, your attaboys, you did it. Take the time before you move on to just sit with it, to rest on your laurels, right? To say, Yes, I did a damn good job. I'm fucking awesome. It's okay. You can take that minute. You can take that time to just enjoy it for a minute. Hi, Jack. Okay. Perfect. Now, let's go through some cards. And you know what? I think for once, I'm not going to say I don't have many, because I do. But I think I have less than I have, kind of, for a while. Maybe. Perhaps. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I feel like I have less tonight, but I'm not sure. So you'll see there's a couple different kinds of world cards. You get usually like the tree world card, where it's like, you know, the tree of knowledge, the tree of life, the tree of Asgard, that kind of thing. And then you kind of get the world or the universe, where everything is floating around you ethereally because you have control of all that. So we'll see those two different kinds. The eagle phoenix is a higher expression of Scorpio power, one who transcends from the crawling scorpion to the soaring eagle, still predatory and carrying with them the essence of penetration. Ha! And patience is now capable of flight. This flight brings greater clarity and bridges the theme of destruction and renewal as a story of evolution. The eagle represents clear vision, intelligence, power, majesty, and freedom. Thank you, Pat. That's cool. So it represents complete wholeness. That's pretty good, you know, with the world card, right? That's cool. Okay, so we're going to start with Shadowscapes, which, again, boy, I wish I could have a poster of each one of these because they're all freaking gorgeous. I love this world card. Let's get in there nice and close again and see if we can catch some of the details. Only if I can get my stupid camera to focus. There we go. Kind of. There it is. So the birds in her hair, the globe, like she's scrying into this globe. Look at the gorgeous stars of the different colors of the stars. And then the moon is above her. So it's all encompassing all that's in the world. Shadowscapes is the one you're getting. It is gorgeous. Have you seen The World in the Marigold Tarot? I don't get that one at all. It has a skull and a dripping knife. I posted it today, so I know I have seen it. I'm trying to remember what it looked like. A skull, a dripping skull with a knife. Huh. I know that deck in particular has a lot to do with like Day of the Dead and that kind of stuff. So I know there's a lot of skulls in that deck that just represents life and death and the cycles and that kind of thing. I'm trying to remember. Oh, here it is. So the knife is hanging over him and there's teeth. Ew, there's teeth all in a circle instead of a wreath and a bat above it. I'd be interested. I don't actually have that deck. I'd be interested to see what the book of that deck says. Because I bet it's something like the skull is looking up. So he's probably looking towards his next adventure already. But I'd be interested to see what the heck he says about all the teeth. They're not his teeth because he still has teeth in his head. But I love, this one is just so beautiful. I just love her headpiece here, the colors of the earth. You know, you can very, very much tell that this is an earth card. And then it gives you the ethereal too. Yeah, the watercolor feel, exactly. I like that one a lot. A lot. This one is the Gendron Tarot. I always forget. And so this one we have, this is the universe. Hi, Jessica. So here we have, you know, she has the world in front of her. And she has, the eagle is above. She has trees in her hands. So it's very ethereal, but she has control over all that is around her. You know, she is able to control all the things that she needs to. So this is one of those that, yeah, don't like it too much, Soulshine. Apparently it's out of print and it's hard to find. So sorry. But this is a good one. I'm going to save that one for a little later. This one is, of course, our Numinous Tarot. And so I really like that this one has the world in the very middle here, and then has, see the cycles of the moon around it. There's various cycles all around it. You see the butterflies, you see the leaves, which represent, you know, the earth. The butterflies represent the air. The scales represent the fire. And then, what are we missing? Oh, earth. The earth is in the middle. And then you're looking at the spiral at the top, and then the cycles of the moon to talk about, you know, the cyclical nature of things. And then on the bottom here is a lotus flower, which we know lotus flowers grow in the mud, right? Which is an awesome kind of nod to the fact that when you are have achieved that enlightenment, that it doesn't matter where you are, you can be spiritual wherever you are. Even if you're sitting in the mud, you can be spiritual sitting in the mud, right? Because it grows anywhere. Dinner's done. Yay! Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, then we have, this is the Lay of Nine Worlds deck. This is my new Norse deck. And this one very literally is the tree of Yggdrasil. So it shows the 9, is it 9 realms? Gosh, I always do this. 7, 9, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, 9. It shows the 9 realms. And the center there. So this is a really good one if you're looking into the Norse pantheon, if you're interested in the Asratu traditions. We have, look at, there's a squirrel and an eagle in the tree of Yggdrasil. Love it. I don't know if you can hear my son he's on his game, and they're like, must be somebody's pissing him off. But it gives you hints of what all the realms mean. So then when you talk, yeah, there is, you're right, Saran. I shouldn't say it's just that, because you're right, it is. But I like that deck a lot, because then, you know, there's a lot to it that you can learn. Like, I'm still learning about, it's been a long time since I've learned. When I first started, I learned about the Gendron on eBay for cool $500. $500? Wow. A lot of heathens aren't fond of Asratu. I get that. Okay, the next one is The Witch's Insurrection. And again, if you're not okay with nudity, you may want to look away for a minute. Pat is all up in my yard chewing up it. And I love this world card. Here she is. She becomes the dancer. And she's with Mother Gaia in dancing literally with Mother Earth. Who, once again, I don't know if you can see this from here, but yep, nudity. Mother Gaia. Talk about the hermaphrodite. Now we're seeing it. Mother Gaia has a penis and breast. So that's what they're talking about when they talk about the world card in the Rider-Waite. They always assumed that the world card, the scarf here, was hiding the penis of the hermaphrodite. This deck is called the Witch's Insurrection. And it's such a good deck. I just adore this deck. I did a walkthrough of it a couple weeks ago. So if you're interested, go look at the walkthrough because it is really, really a great deck. It is a lot of nudity though. So if you're not comfortable with that, I would not recommend it, but it is a very, I can see me using this deck for people I know very well, but mostly for myself. I think this is going to be a great shadow work kind of deck. And I have little gnats once again. Thank you, Pat. How sweet. My son is swearing his ass up. Oh no, now when I look at the world card, I think of hidden dicks. That's okay. Nothing wrong with a hidden dick or a non-hidden dick. How many of us actually cast a circle in the nude? I have before. I don't do it all the time, but I have before. It's a lot easier to mod from a computer, right? Right. This one is the Brady Tarot. I haven't taken this one out in a while because mine has said every bad word in the book. I know. Mine is like, you fucking good. Okay. Yes, so this is the Brady Tarot. This is a deck that the Kickstarter, I believe, is still open. So if you want, they're doing a second edition of this deck. And it's the Kickstarter is open right now. And it is going to be borderless and a little bit bigger, apparently, than this deck. And he's so funny. He's 27 years old and he gets so mad it cracks me up. Anyways, it's gonna be a little bit bigger. Yes, it's Frankie. He's 27 years old. He gets so upset. The cardstock in this is really neat cardstock. It's very that rose petal finish cardstock. And I like this card a lot. Again, we're showing all the different elements as animals here. And then the spiral, the kind of DNA almost symbol in the trees. I have the gravity boob, so no nude spell casting for me or I singe nipple. I bet they probably would. Have you checked out John Mosley deck on Kickstarter? Ooh, I don't know now.
No, there's no way.
Yeah, I know. I'm so distracted. I'm sorry, you guys. What was I gonna say? Oh, John Mosley. What is the deck called? It's terrible. Unless I know the creator, I don't look at it. But okay. So this is a really great deck. It's funny. Ooh, I'll have to look his up then. There's the back. I don't use this deck very often. And I'm not sure why. It's in a wooden box. The first edition was everyone got a wooden box. And it's a good deck. I don't know why. I just don't reach for it. I just don't. And I feel kind of bad that I don't reach for it because it's a really nice deck. Maybe it's because I don't want to screw it up. It's funny. I was listening to Papa Squirrel right before, and he was talking about, like, he has a Pagan Otherworlds deck that is the 24 karat gold on the edges. The gold's gilding is 24 karat gold, so he doesn't ever read with it. And so I'm like, but I love that deck for reading. Well, I don't use this one, and it's probably a great reading deck, but I don't use this one. And I think it's because it's in a wooden box, and I feel like it's a pretty deck, you know? It's Frankie in his tight leggings again. We may need his ass on camera again. Yeah, I don't know if I could rip him away from his game tonight. I don't know if he's in his leggings. Okay, this is Spellcasters, Modern Spellcasters. Oh my goodness, come on. And I just showed this one. It is very similar to, the Rider-Waite. It's just pagan symbols kind of on the outside. We have like the Triskel, the coin with the Triskel on it, and then the sword, and then the cauldron and the wand. So, and again, very hermaphrodite looking. So it is both male and female. Again, we talked about the duality of the High Spirit card, the High Priestess card, and the Chariot card, and all that. We don't need that anymore. We have melded that energy into one energy, and we don't need that. So I like this version of it too. I like the versions that go back and give you a hint of the Fool or has the same character on there as the Fool. And this deck does. And once again, I'm never going to remember the name of this deck. Enchanted Forest or Forest of Enchantment. I can never remember which way it is. But so you have, this is the World card for the Forest of Enchantment. Frankie is never going to let those pants go. Yeah, it's never going to happen. And then I just pulled the Fool card so you could see this is the same deer here. He looks a little more aged, perhaps more wise, but it is the same Fool. So we see that the Fool has taken his journey and has learned everything he needed to learn. And now he has made it through the forest. See here, he's in the midst of the forest. He's made it through the forest. He's learned all his lessons that the forest had to give him. And now there's a wide open world, and away he goes to the next phase. Weirdo in a flesh suit. Woohoo! Hello, I wanted to let you know that what I love most about your channel is that you're genuine. I binged your beginner series. Ah, well, thank you, honey, and welcome. You are welcome here just like everyone is. I'm glad to have you. Okay, that's it. The Hierophant, the High Priestess, and now this card. I've got to have that deck. I really do. This is a great deck. And I've been using it lately a lot, and it's really worked out really well for me. This is the Children of Litha Tarot. And I really liked this. Is very so we kind of have that hermaphrodite look again. You can tell that on top she's very feminine, but then she has horns. And then the bottom half of her is this animal, and we have no idea what sex this animal is. but we see the spirals in the center here between the trees. Can you guys hear Frankie? It's so funny. They have the headphones on usually, so I'm pretty sure they can't hear us.
She's outright trying to escape.
He's terrible. It cracks me up so bad. 27 years old. He's been doing that since he was like, 10. You motherfucker. Anyways, yes, a sheet pan. Exactly. So I like this one because it feels to me almost like a portal. Like this creature has come through the portal. And here, see the baby in her arms, in his arms, and its arms. It's like starting to teach because he has learned enough of this life. Now they are starting to teach what they know to others. Bob and I still do that, right? All right. This is the True Black Tarot. And these cards, you guys, I'm telling you, they just are works of art. I'm not sure. I know they would read good. Whoops. How funny that Hi. There's Elron. How are you? Guys, I just reviewed, by the way, last week, I believe it was Space Between the Notes, his Oracle deck. And if you haven't seen it, go take a look because it was quite an experience. A deck that just really hits you in the feels. So, yes, this is the True Black Tarot. And these cards are such works of art. I can't even describe how beautiful. Students just finished playing a killer concert. Woohoo! That is awesome. Don't you love it when your students do really well? I get that too with tarot and stuff. I always am like, yes, they're doing awesome. This tarot deck is like a work of art. I'm not sure yet how it will read for me because I just haven't been able to get myself to shuffle it and not just every time I pull it out, I just stare at it. So this has the plants and fish at the bottom. That's for earth and water. The only thing I have to say that confused me, and I didn't get it till I was looking at the wands, is they talk about the butterflies for air. And then the thing that they have here for fire. Oh, come on. It's hard to show this on camera too, unfortunately. Is feathers. So the feathers are for fire. And I'm like, why does he have feathers for fire? But he talks about, in the book, he talks about fire. When we talk about fire, it's creative passion, what your creative spark is. And his is, as an artist, is drawing. So for him, that feather pen, it's a what do you call it? Ah, I'm losing my mind. Mercury in retrograde is making me lose my voice, my words, my voice, my words. I cannot speak. Quill. Thank you. It's the quill. So that's what the feathers are. Yes. So Art Deco. It is absolutely a stunning deck. I think it's works of art. Stop. Keeps. Okay, because the card stack is so good, it literally, if I hit it, it wants to erase your comments. But I'm trying to get it to focus on her face because her face is just gorgeous. And there it is. It's just such a work of art, kind of deck to me. I love it. Okay, here is, what the heck is this? Buy upgrade? What? Who said good night? Good night, Melissa. What the heck is this? Buy upgrade? I don't know. What's buy upgrade? What? What are you talking about? This is the Wooden Tarot. And here we have kind of a version of Yggdrasil yet again. The Tree of Life here. Who's selling you an upgrade? Yeah, right? And so I really like this deck in general. It's when you're typing from phone in the corner. I do not know. I'll have to look. Anyway, I like that deck. I don't know. It's one of the tree decks. This is Sun and Moon Tarot. Oh, come on. And I like this one because it's another universe card. So we have a Terra here. See the Terra in the middle? And we still get the representations around the outside. So again, such a great deck. I really do like this. I might have to get the regular size version. I got the mini version because I like that it's in a tin and I can take it with me and not have to worry about it. But I really do like those. Very Great Gatsby. Yes. Shoot. I can't remember this one either. It is the Mystic Dreamer Tarot. Who is she stepping on? She's stepping on the baby, which means something. And I was trying to remember. I know I love the mini too. It works really good, except I like to be able to see the images. And when you get a little older, suddenly you like bigger images. I can never remember who the baby represents. But there is a clear representation of what that baby represents. So I can't remember them. Yes, Mystic Dreamer. This is the Mystic Dreamer. And oh my goodness, what is wrong with, all right, you know why? I have this facing like almost a different direction. There, let's try that. Perhaps. There it is. Okay, see the fox in the corner and the tiger in one corner. Is it the sun baby? Yes. And we have the lion and the stag, and then a dolphin, and I believe it's an eagle. Can you see the hidden decks easier on the bigger decks? Yes, I can. Then a butterfly and a fish here too. So you have all, and she's standing on the world. So she has, you know, some people have the world in their hands. She's standing on the world. She can see all of it, which tells you that enlightenment phase. And she's able to see things from a very far away angle. I cannot speak at all. For real, Mercury is killing me. Like the brain is not connected to the mouth. So I apologize that I sound completely and totally without intelligence tonight. Good night, Lucy. It's just not quite connecting tonight. I don't know what it is. I feel like I want to run through these because I can't say anything apparently. Yeah, and it's a full moon on top of it. Don't forget tonight. This is the Green Witch Tarot. I really like this one. Again, we have the world tree kind of look. Come on, this card. This is a very clear representative of as above, so below. So you see the bird up above with the light, and then the snake underneath at the bottom. So very clear as above, so below. And we get all the representations of all the seasons here. See, winter, fall, summer, and spring. Yes, yes, yes. One snake. I like that one. This is, oh, shoot. Okay, the one back here. I can't see, guys. Mercury's killing me. The one back here that I thought was Modern Spellcasters is not. This is Celtic Tarot. This one is Celtic Tarot. And this one is Modern Spellcasters. Oh, Mercury's killing me. Okay. So here we have, come on. Again, very hermaphrodite looking human. Yeah, very pretty though, exactly. If Beyonce was on a tarot card. And we have the holly wreath and the olive. I want to say, I think it's the olive leaf on the other side. That's okay, Lene. I can't remember them all. She says, F the world because I own it. That's right. Okay, this is another one that uses the Fool card and uses the Fool character and uses the same character for the World card, which is one of Cheryl Machetti's decks. Legacy of the Divine. So here's the World. And here he is in the Fool. Isn't that a great representation? I do like this deck a lot. I kind of forget about it and I don't pull it out very much. But I like that the Fool here has gone through all he's gone through. And now he's standing on the sands of time and has taken his mask off. He's like, hell yeah, now I control it all. Right? Isn't that great? Yeah, I like this one a lot. A lot. Legacy of the Divine. This is a Cheryl Marchetti deck. No problem, Brienne. Hello. Top of the world, right? This is Everyday Witch Tarot. Looks like Iron Man. Yeah, it does kind of look like Iron Man. So I like the Everyday Witch one. I like because it's like what we would go through. If we had a world moment, we may do this. Like this is us after we've had a world moment where we're like, hell yeah, you know what? I'm going to go out and celebrate. I made it through finals and I'm done with, I graduated college. So I'm going to sit by the beach and throw my hat in the air and have, my kitty with me or whatever your world card moment is. I wouldn't throw my witch's hat though. I know we're terrible as witches. We just can't get rid of that stuff, right? Whatever this moment is for you, this is kind of what we would do in that moment, right? That kind of celebration of, yes, it's time to just sit and be in that accomplishment.
What magic? It's shit like that you get it down. Like you don't get it right.
And the Oracle, I don't know why I waited so long. I know it really is. It is a nice deck. Raven's Prophecy. I like this one too. Very different from most of the world cards. This is the open road, right? And so here we're like, okay, we have made it to our destination. We enjoyed our destination. We learned what we could from it. And now what's ahead? The open road. We can go anywhere we want to go. It's all open to us. We have, the infinity of space here to decide what's next. That's your soul deck. Frankie is saving us from all the trolls, right? It crack every time he's what the
I'm okay with that. I got them well better be able to do that with him.
he's so funny.
That's all I'm letting. I want to be able to just
This is Wildwood.
fire flat.
So this, I have to say, I really love this card. So here, once again, we have the tree of life here. We have the 4 seasons. So we can see spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And then we have the labyrinth. And so when you look at the book for this card, it hits you so deeply that you're at the end of this journey. And at the end of this journey is a labyrinth that leads you to the door to the tree of knowledge, that last bit of information. And the labyrinth is not some designed maze that is there to get you lost. There's no dead ends in a labyrinth. It is just there to savor the walk. It's like there to be mindful of where you're stepping. So when you get to the door, you have kind of pondered everything that you've done to get yourself here to this door, which I just think is such a beautiful image of, how to win gracefully, how to get to the end of that walk and savor the knowledge that you've attained through the journey, right? That's what the labyrinth is for, which is just awesome. Good night, Don. So I adore this card. This is always one of my favorites. I had a couple other decks out to read, but I don't feel like reading all of their things. I'm going to read our normal 2 ones, but this is the 78 Tarot Mythical. And this is a really neat card, if you ask me. This is Juno. Juno is the god of duality. He's the two-faced god. And so, again, we're talking about the duality having become one and not needing the 2 separate dualities. So we see that the candle is out for the Juno that is looking down and looking at the end of his journey here and contemplating the end of his journey. And then what is it? Janus and Juno? Is that what it is? The Janus here has just lit their candle and is looking up towards the beginning of their next journey, which I really love. That is, I believe it's a wand or an athame. It could be a knife. I believe it's an athame, kind of, yeah. So I really like this one too. This is just a neat representation to kind of pull all that duality stuff together. Okay, we're down to the wire here. This one and then the 2 that we read from the book. This is the Gaian Tarot. I have been using that a lot lately, so I figured I'd show the, or you're stuck in the labyrinth trying to find your way out. That's good, Jess. So this is the Gaian Tarot. And here we have the crone, right? Mother Gaia herself holding on to hugging the world. We have all the representations of the elements around. They do talk about, I love the prayer flags and they represent all the prayers for the earth that are going on. And then there's all kinds of there's sage and lavender, and there's all kinds of representations for the different herbs and stuff in there too. The swallowtail is also in the Fool, and I forgot to bring out the Fool so you can see, but the Mother Gaia here is looking down at the swallowtail, which is her daughter, is what they talk about, her daughter on Earth here. And the Mother Earth has watched over her and guided her through her journey from the Fool to the world here. So I like that. Like it. Okay, the last two are the Everyday Enchantment Tarot. She looks like Paula Deen. Right? I'm guessing a little bit less racist, but yes. Okay, here we go. The story. I love this card, you guys. This is one of my favorites of this deck. So here we sit at the end of the world, but this isn't Armageddon. We women are co-creators with nature, not destroyers. We're carefully casting on, stitch by loving stitch, and bringing a better way to bear as we pearl the past into a kinder future. We're changing the old patterns and smoothing out the knots as our clicking needles create a realm of community and compassion, of oneness. There'll be no dropped stitches or loose ends here. We'll reconnect all the tired and tangled threads, knitting them snugly together with stronger strands. We wise women dye our threads from the fruits of our native lands, then imbue the living yarn with our wish and will. By swift stream, fleeing frog, and fleeting deer, we'll make our purpose clear. By fluttery wing and silvered fish, we'll make our healing wish. What we weave is a green-spirited spell for living well, and such a project, undertaken with sensitivity and crafted with vision, will surely come to fruition. It is for the best, because it causes no suffering. If it harm none, so may it be. We've worked wholeheartedly with passion, attention, and dedication, and given our all for the all. Soon there'll be a wild harvest, so we can all rejoice in, and the shining sheaves of a shared endeavor will bring all beings benefit, not just humanity. Creation is a gift, and we use our gifts with care because we are the creator. So here we see the creator as this group of wise women, kind of melding the world together, which I love that image. I'm staying focused tonight. Thank you. I'm trying. Mother Gaia's Paula Deen's doppelganger. All right. One more. Hopefully, Mama Squirrel can read this tonight. We'll see. We are the wisdom keepers. Yes. Yes, yes. Once again, if anyone knows the creator, the illustrator, or the creator of the Al Goliath Tarot, you can tell him that the one issue I have with his deck is his cards are humongous, which is great for me because I can see. And then the writing on his book is so small that I need like magnifying glasses to read it. So here we go with the world card. Let me see. Hopefully I can read it tonight. Congratulations. If you have pulled this card, welcome to the beautiful world. In the world of the tarot, we follow the fool's journey through all the archetypes. We go through the entrapment of the devil, the passion of the lovers, the clarity of the star, the destruction of the tower, the burning tree, and eventually, all good things must come to an end, no? Or is that just a saying and not really true, as nothing actually truly really ends, and all things just come back to be on a big loop in a circle again? The circle itself in sacred geometry tells us this clearly. Going from the end to right back at the beginning again, we meet at the start, leaving nothing changed, but everything has completely transformed. Well, this card is it, an enigma. The world is what it is, but remember that everyone's world is different, and your inner world and journey to this card is not the same as anyone else's world. All right, sorry guys. I love him, but he does go on and on. I'm going to find where it actually starts talking about the world. This card is the total realization and the totality of all things. Blah, blah, blah. He does go on and on. I really like this deck. Boy, he goes on. Okay, hold on. Oh, wait, here we go. You might be talking about it finally. You did dive into the great sea of life, and you are a fish therein. You are a part of and a beautiful piece of the puzzle of life. And once you're done with this journey, you will in fact return to the womb of the cosmic divine, the great creator, the Godhead, the universe, or whatever you choose to see it or interpret it as, only later to reemerge in another form and pattern. Given that in this deck there are no humans, Frankie, I have to say, we're all laughing with you. It's so cute that you're on there swearing and everybody thinks you need your own. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Everyone.
It's Super Mario Smash Brothers. So like, yeah.
Everyone thinks you need your own channel so everyone can watch you.
Oh, cross out the yeah. I mean, it's Super Smash Brothers. It must be done.
Yes. Given that in this deck there are no humans and that everything in it has a theme and a style based entirely in nature, the deck begins to create a collective consciousness of its own because it is tapping into the powerful collective consciousness of awareness. When I meditated on this card and began, I'm just going to skip a little bit. His own channel where he wears the pants. That was funny. Okay. Is it just me? Like, I like him a lot and I like what he has to say, but I'm not going to say it because he has a YouTube channel and someday he may watch this and I'll feel really bad. I really feel like he smells his own farts though. I really do. I swear. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. When I pick up this card, the song, He's Got the Whole World in His Hands, comes straight into my mind, dropping into my head in an instant. When I meditated on this card and began storyboarding ideas for the artwork, I began to see hundreds of little fish of all shapes and sizes swimming around in a giant circle, all in harmony and in unity, with each fish just as important as the other, no matter how much bigger its brothers and sisters are. They are all part of a whole other world. I love it. The Circle of Life, Lion King. Yes, fish in a school under the sea. Yep. Every part counts. I should not say that because then I would feel really bad if he actually saw this, but that would mean he would have to watch an hour and 39 minutes to get to here, and I highly doubt that's going to happen. But just walk back into here about a smeller. I know. I really, and I don't mean it in a bad way because I truly love what he has to say about his cards, but he does go on and on and on and on. And I'm like, dude, like that's no wonder he had to write so small. He writes like 6 pages of stuff for every card. Oh, I'm terrible. I can't help it. Okay, now, finally, we're going to go through really quickly the before, after, and the back. It's called an editor, right? Thank you. I know. I'm sure that when you create a deck, you must have a whole lot to say about it. But yes, it's called an editor. Exactly. Okay, this is the before card. He saved on a bunch of paper cost, right? Okay, so here we have, this is the regular, and here is the before. This is what's going on right before they snapped the picture. At least you got your money's worth, right? So I have to say, this kind of annoys me. Once again, I like the concept of the before and after tarot. I'm not sure I like the execution of it. Because here we are talking about how part of the awesomeness of the hermaphrodite dancer is that you don't know it's both male and female, and it embodies that both male and female energy. Well, this is clearly now a male with a female. Exactly. And why do we have to have this to get this? I don't understand. Like that's completely antithetical to what we were just talking about with this. So I have to say, I'm not a big fan of this one. Once again, just not. It's completely antithetical of what we're talking about. They might be fusing together. Right, Jack? You never know. True. And then here is the after tarot. And I was like, okay, so what's different? What's different is it has the tarot symbols in here now instead of the, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. It implies that you need both to be whole. Yeah, maybe. So I guess, I don't know, from Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, pop in the tarot symbols after. I don't know. I like the idea of this was supposed to be so that it was like a story. So you could tell what was going on before they snapped this picture and after they snapped this picture so that you could create a story in between. I'm not crazy again about this one. Some of them, a couple of them have worked for me. Most of them, I have to say, just really haven't. And here we go again. This one is going to be like the aces, unfortunately, with the, what's this called? The backside. Not the backside. The Tarot of New Vision. So you see the front here. Use it for a coaster, right? And then when you flip it over, we're going to see the back, like from behind. This is just like the aces, though. We see the other side of the hand in the aces. Well, this, here's the ass. And that's it. We just see her backside. That's it. She's not looking at anything. There's nothing like behind the laurel. Speaking of farts. Once again, I like the idea of it. It's supposed to enrich the story. So you can see like, oh, is she looking at something? Nope. This is just her backside. His backside. Whatever. It's just the vice versa does a better job, does it? I've been worried about getting it because I thought, well, this is kind of the same thing, isn't it? So, but maybe I'll take a look at the vice versa and see if it does a better job of this. That just didn't do it for me. I don't know what the hell it was, but it didn't do it. All right, let's quickly go through what you're going to say if you pull this card for a reading. Uh-oh, where the hell did it go? Here it is. Whew. If you pull this card for a reading. So the end of this, guys, is just to pull it all together. And if you're doing a reading for someone, this is some of what you could say to someone if you were doing a reading Right? I know. It's terrible. It's like, it doesn't enrich the card at all. And I've come up with, there's quite a few now that have not enriched the card at all. Okay, if you pull this card for a career in finance, the world can indicate that a project is coming to a successful conclusion. Past efforts are paying off and the rewards are imminent. It can also indicate the completion of training and the gaining of a qualification. It may mean a promotion or the beginning of a new and better job. So perfect. Maybe a better before would have had something to do with them tying the sashes and clothing. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. For a health reading, the world advises a holistic approach to health and recognition that everything is connected. Mental, emotional, physical, environmental. Benefit will be gained from taking a wider perspective to gain a better balance in life, to see the balance, right? Looks like you've turned your back on the world and you're showing your ass. Have a great day. That'll be $50. Thanks so much. Relationship reading. The world indicates that the relationship has reached a point of stability and strong connection. This stability and connection has been forged through experience and working through the issues together. So good job. Your relationship is a wholesome, real, based on real things relationship. General, the world is a card representing the conclusion of one cycle and the beginning of another. All previous experience and efforts have led to this point. Everything has come together and integrated successfully. If accompanied by a card such as the Fool, a literal journey may be indicated, possibly global travel. If accompanied by the Two of Swords or Hangman, it may suggest that completion or success may be delayed by indecision. These interpretations are a little euphoric, right? Oh, I love it. I'd show you my butt for $50. Terrible. Terrible. Okay, so I'm going to start shuffling so we can figure out what the card is going to be for next week. Our announcements again is if you are interested in being a part of the Secret Santa for the group, check the events in the Facebook page, which the Facebook page is listed in the info down below here. This Friday will be another crystal show and sale with Mystic Dragon Lair Cassie. And she's got a huge order coming in on Thursday, and it's her prices. You guys, I have never seen prices on good crystals like this before. So for sure, if you're interested in crystals, it's kind of a must-see kind of situation. Next weekend, I plan on doing our kind of crystal, or not crystal, our auction for witchy stuff. No, really, if you were asking about a relationship and you got the world card, I'd be worried. If you got the world card, you'd be worried? Really? I would think that sense of enlightenment for a relationship, though, would mean that you have, the fulfillment that you need in the relationship that you're in. Or if you're not in a relationship, I would say, you will find someone, you will find that relationship that is fulfilling in every way that you need it to be. And if you're not looking for that, then maybe it's within yourself. You'll be traveling for your son's wedding. That's okay. Less toilet paper getting stuck on the butt. Your dreams have come to fruition. Yay. What was the other announcement? Did I forget? Secret Santa, Friday Crystal Show. Oh, Scotty. So yes, I did. I had this awakening from Scotty. I'm going to be following her and looking some stuff up. So I will be doing probably either the end of the weekend. It depends on how bad Saturday is. The end of the weekend or the beginning of next week. I'll be doing a video on Scotty, though, on what I find out. interesting to have her call out to me because I am so not a winter person. And I kind of was like, what? You're like the winter goddess. What do you want with me? I just went to Gem Show, and tower similar to the one I bought from Cassie for $20 was going for close to triple that. See, I'm telling you, she has the best prices on gorgeous crystals. It's not like these are fake, or she just doesn't gouge people. The world for relationship would seem to me like a divine union. Yep, that could be. It's either you found the love of your life or sayonara. Yeah, I can see that. The world card shows your back turned and you must be hexed. That will be $100. Have a nice day. Oh, you guys are funny. All right, here we go. Let's figure out. Ooh, Aerith Harger. Hold on. I want to copy that name because I'll never remember it. Paste. Okay, I got it. I'll be looking up. Thanks. All right, let's see. What card are we doing next week? Next Tuesday. Figures. I feel like it's in the front row. This big bunch is. Okay. We are doing. Oh my gosh. You guys, I don't remember ever, like, I swear all the cards are here. I do not remember pulling this many major arcana cards in a row for tarot study ever. But how many, like we did, what have we done now? The World, we did the Fool, we did, what did we do last week? My brain is fried. But another major card. That is so weird. It's like we're going to have all the major cards first and then do the minor. Hangman. Yeah. Big things happening in this new year, right? It seems like it. Holy moly. All right. All the Sun World Wheel, right? I know it's the cycles and the Wheel of the Year. And oh, yeah, we did the Sun. Hanged Man and Empress. Holy moly, we have done a whole lot. That is, there's got to be odds on that. That's, astronomical. It's very weird. Okay, I will make up the new event. So next Tuesday will be the Wheel of the Year card. Yay! I will make up the event and I will make it so everyone can post in it. I'll try to remember. And that'll be up this week. If you're interested in the Secret Santa, take a look at the Facebook page and look under events, okay? I love you guys. Thank you for coming. Make sure you press that like button so that the video gets shared with more people. And subscribe. If you're having a problem with the bell, I know YouTube sucks. Try to unsubscribe and try again, maybe. I know it stinks. Sorry. I love you guys.